Sometimes I get lost up in my head, get in my zone. I've been through it too, but you don't know. Sometimes I be.
What's good, YouTube family? It's your boy Spiritual Trip, back for another video. Before I get into tonight's topic, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's still rocking with me, everybody that's following me on Array. I took a little time off to get my mind right, get my energy back right before I just start putting out any type of video, you feel me? And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's rocking with me. And before I get into tonight's topic, I just want to say, from the other side of somebody that been through it too, I've been through the worry, I've been through depression, I took losses, hella losses. I lost people, I've been through it. So I'm on the other side of it, on the brighter side of it, to tell you that if you allow it, if you take what I'm telling you and start applying it to your life, things will get better. Your life will start to turn around and you will come out of your depression. So tonight's topic is heaven and hell is a mindset. It's not somewhere you go when you die. What I mean by that is, it's a lot of people that's living in hell right now. And like I said, heaven and hell is a mindset. And if you're living in hell, here are some of the characteristics or some of the things that you would know if you're living in hell. If you constantly depressed, if every day you wake up, if you don't want to be here no more, if you want to unalive yourself, if you want to say F it, if you want to constantly feel like you got to leave this world, like you're living in hell. If you don't see any type of bright side to anything, if you think everything bad is always happening to you, you're living in hell. If you don't see if you can't find any happiness in this world outside of your kids, outside of money, outside of partying and turning up, you living in hell. If you gotta look for outside things to keep you happy, if you turn into drugs just for you to feel alive again, you live in a mental hell. I make these videos and I put these videos out because I lived in hell before. I went through a period of my life where I wanted to unalive myself as well. And around that time frame, when I was in the process of trying to do it, a thought came to my mind like, yo, I got so much more to live for. It's not over yet. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I'm telling you, if you ever find yourself in these type of situations where you feel like you don't want to be here no more, I'm telling you from somebody that been through it, it gets better when you allow it. And when I say when you allow it, because it's not just as if life is just gonna go like that, to things just one day you depressed and the next day you happy. When you happy and when you joyful and when you wake up every day with drive, when you wake up every day and you want to go forward, when you want to help other people go forward, that's when you live in a heaven mindset. It's all mindset. It's not somewhere you go when you die, in my opinion. It's not somewhere you go when you die. Heaven and hell, you create your own heaven and hell right here on this earth while you alive. So don't wait until it's your time to go to think that you're going to heaven or hell. Nah, you create that right here while you alive. A lot of people don't understand that concept. That's one of the reasons why, and I'll make a separate video why I left religion alone, because I didn't like the thought of, you mean to tell me that if I'm depressed and I'm going through it in this realm, and let's say for whatever reason I don't worship the right God, when I die I go to hell in another realm too? Shit, fuck all of that. That's fucked up. That make you not even want to be here for real. So if you could get that out your mind now, you gotta unlearn and reprogram your whole mind from everything I was taught as a kid. I had to unlearn that shit and relearn everything from what I see growing up, from my life experiences, from being in prison, from losing friends and family members. Like, I had to see things firsthand so I could start navigating through life. People going through this life so lost and they don't have no guidance. And this is why I'm here to try and help guide you to get to your heaven. I want, if everybody, just think about it, if the world was in heaven, that means that if everybody was happy, if everybody was, and I mean genuinely happy, not just you post on Facebook to look happy. I'm talking about when you with nothing, with absolutely nothing, you're good, you're happy. I found my happiness when I was in prison. Now you got to remember, in prison you don't get cell phones. You don't get to see your kids like that. You don't get to talk on the phone like that. You in some nasty ass clothes. I was in some of the worst conditions with rats and roaches on the ground, waking up and looking at rats and shit, looking at me. You feel me? And through all of that shit, I'm talking about, if you ever been through Elmira, just that alone, just those 2 weeks alone was enough for me to be like, fuck this shit. I ain't never coming back to this motherfucker. But with all the yelling and screaming and everything that was going on, not to mention on top of all of that, I caught a cold while I was in fucking 23andMe. That's the most annoyingest shit in the fucking world. And I'm telling you, I found myself through all of that. It's like, I'm not religious, but I believe in, I just call God what everybody call God. I just call it the source of life, because I'm not 100% sure how I got here. But right now, that's not at the forefront of my mind. I'm here, and I'm gonna make the best out of what I can while I'm here in this realm. So you have to somehow, some way, whether that's isolate yourself from the world. I mean, go cold turkey, get off social media. I be telling y'all, a lot of people get wrapped up and be thinking that your life be already bad, and then you get on social media and you start comparing your life to other people's lives, and y'all don't even realize that I know people that's making money, hella money, and then when I talk to them in person, they're sad, they're depressed, and they ready to crash out them damn selves with all the money in the world. And I always say this, you got to remember, millionaires commit suicide. So they can have all the money in the world, but they're not happy still. They're living in hell, and they come across a boatload of money. What do you, if you living in hell and you can't find happiness without the money, when you get the money, they ain't gonna be no different. So if you think that you about to just grind this shit out, say fuck everything and just get money, is deeper than just the fucking money. You can have all the money in the world and be still living in hell. So the goal or the purpose is you trying to get to heaven in this realm. So it take people longer than others, but because people don't grasp that concept that heaven and hell is a mindset. Heaven and hell to me is not somewhere you go when you die. Once you could get that through your head, or at least even if you still religious, so all of my religious folks that will watch this video, even if you're religious, start thinking of it as, I need to create my own heaven on earth right now. When you living in heaven, that's when everybody else around you can start living in heaven as well. But you have to be, you can't be pouring into other people when you in hell. You can't be trying to help other people while you at a low vibration. People put other people before themselves, and that's where people fuck up at. People put their kids before themselves. People put their mom and dad before themselves. People put places and friends before themselves, and that's where they lose themselves at. They put other people's kids before themselves, and they lose themselves in the midst of all of that. And then they wonder why they constantly depressed and why they stressed out all the time. It don't work like that. You got to remember, you are your star player. What Cat Williams say, you are your star player. If you not good, can't nobody else around you be good. If you not happy, if you not living in heaven, don't expect your reality to be good. It's gonna be bad. So many people is lost and roaming this world, so lost right now, and nobody's telling y'all, but it's never gonna get better until you start making those changes. You could share all the posts on Facebook saying that you got a blessing coming. You could go to church. You could do all of these things, but if you're not really taking time to reflect and spending time alone to really like analyze yourself, like it's like getting a notebook and start writing shit out about yourself. Who are you? Ask yourself this question: who are you? Behind closed doors, off of social media, outside of work, outside of school, whatever you're doing, who are you at the end of the day? I had to figure out who I was. So, and what happens is when you don't know who you are, you start basically like mirroring other people. You might mirror a celebrity, you might mirror your mom or dad, you might mirror everybody but yourself, and you lose who you are, and that creates the hell that you're living in. People are living in hell because of the choices that they made, from the women or dudes that y'all choose to fuck with, from the crimes you choose to commit or don't commit. The more you do that throw your shit off course, the deeper in hell you're going to be. You can't lose focus in this world, because once you start to lose focus, it's easy to get distracted and slip up right back to hell. So like the guy, it's a guy named Chris that I watch on YouTube, and he gave the analogy of you got your baseline right here. You could say 0. This is 0, and then you got -10 down here is -10, which I would say is hell, and then you got 0, and then you got 10, and that's heaven. A lot of people are down here in hell mentally. They're every time you could know it's easy to tell the people that's living in hell, because every time you go around them, it's bad vibes, it's a sob story, is somebody's doing something to me, it's always a story behind why. And it's easy to, they won't even know they living in hell. But if for those that know, it's not hard to look at somebody to tell, or just, it only take a conversation for me to know if somebody in heaven or hell, if somebody good internally or not, or if they just trying to make it look good. A lot of people living in mental hell, and it's killing them every single day. It's killing them to wake up in the morning. It's killing them to keep going forward in life. And what I had to learn to myself is, when I was locked up in prison, these are the thoughts I had to tell myself. I had to tell myself, like, yo, it's still not over. Not only that, I know it's not over because it's only 1 year out of my life, compared to people that's never getting out. I got a friend right now that's doing 18 years. Another friend that's doing 15 years. We was like this close. I still talk to them every time they call. I pick up the phone, and I promise you, I bet there's nothing more that they wish that they could do than go back in time. While one man's locked up for crashing out over a female, basically. And I always told my bro, like, yo, she no good for you, and you need to get up out of there. Bro ain't take that like to heart, I think, as he should have. And with the mental condition and where he was at, it only take a snap for you to blow. People, so many people is walking around in mental hell right now. It only take a snap for them to blow. It only takes something so small for them to blow a fuse. I've been there plenty of times to where something so small happened, and because I was already at -10, the moment something happened, it's easy for me to go under that and crash out and do shit that I'm not supposed to be doing. Until I looked at it like, yo, what am I crashing out for? I got kids, I got shit I need to be doing. If you crash out, it's fucked up. But if you crash out, right, and you do something and you get 25 to life, if you're doing all those years, and by the time you get out, you 60, 70 years old, what will you have to pass down to your legacy? It's like your generation or your legacy just skipped a whole chapter of their lives, a page in their book of what you're supposed to be feeling you could erase that out your book now, and that's fucked up. So I said, yo, I started checking myself, like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I can't keep riding around drunk. I can't keep riding with guns in the car. I can't keep doing all this dumbass shit, wilding out, getting jumped, beat up, all types of shit, just because I was drunk and talking too much. And that's on me. I had to change my mindset with all of that shit. So now I move real cautious. I move real smart. I got a lot to lose now. And the more you build, the more you realize, like, yo, damn, if I crash out, all this shit out the window. If I crash out for a nigga want to act stupid or some shit that's real, if he ain't put his hands on me, I ain't got no reason to be crashing out, for real. If a nigga ain't touch you or do something to you, ain't no reason you should be crashing out or looking to crash out. You got to keep building. If that time come, but until then, you got to keep yourself focused. Like, I got the shit tattooed on my face for a reason, because every time I look in the mirror and I see the shit, it remind me, like, yo, if I'm going through it, no matter what I'm going through, I look in the mirror and stay focused. The other day I was so stressed out, that's why I ain't really been making videos and stuff, thinking about a whole bunch of thinking about my life, and I'm just like, yo, it's not over yet. So I still did everything I was supposed to be doing. I just got a second job. I was on the verge of being sick, having a little cold, and I'm like, yo, fuck this little cold. I'm still about to work out. Ain't shit about to stop me. Ain't nothing about to stop me. Yo, I could lose my mom, my dad. I could lose whatever. Ain't nothing about to stop me. And that's where a lot of y'all gotta y'all gotta spend some more time alone. A lot of y'all not spending enough time alone. Y'all getting too distracted from your and it's normal. It happens. I'm not down talking nobody. It happens to the best of us, even myself. I have to always remind, and that's the thing. Life is, you gotta constantly pep talk yourself. That little voice in your head, you gotta make sure that voice in your head, your subconscious, is feeding you good thoughts, because it will feed you negative shit. And when you're already in hell, it's so easy to find something more negative just to validate what the fuck you going through. So many people already living in hell, so the smallest road rage or anything happen, it's like you ready to throw it all away over something so small. And I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You got something to live for, whether you have a purpose right now or not, whether you found your purpose right now or not. You got is this life shit get deeper than just you yourself. You're somebody, brother, uncle, sister, cousin. You're somebody. You matter. That's what I'm here to, like, you matter. So you need to get your shit together so that you could pass shit down to whoever come up after you. Even if you don't got kids, you still got younger siblings or younger nieces and nephews that's still watching up to you, whether you think it or not. I know it's people that look up to me, because just from the amount of people that reach out to me when they going through stuff, like even people that I barely talk to reaching out to me, and I appreciate that a lot, for real, because that mean that y'all watching me. So that mean that I don't even gotta give y'all a show, but I gotta give y'all something to motivate y'all. I gotta keep y'all going, and by me keeping y'all going, it's keeping me going, because of the feedback that I get from doing what I'm doing. I started a YouTube channel years ago, and I was so depressed around that time. That's what, like, it didn't even matter. Like, so I should have even been focused on the YouTube channel. I should have been more focused on my mental health. You can't do shit if you living in hell. It don't matter what you do, you ain't gonna be consistent with it. You could be living in hell and thinking that working out is gonna fix you. Nah, it's not gonna fix you. Counseling not gonna fix you. Fucking smoking, drinking ain't gonna fix you. Ain't shit gonna fix you until you sit down with yourself and really have a conversation with yourself. Ask yourself, where am I fucking up at? What am I doing wrong? Y'all gotta talk to yourselves. Like, it's you and yourself in this bitch. It's you versus you. Fuck everybody else. Fuck what everybody else saying. How the fuck do you feel about you? If you feel like you a loser, then you gonna do loser shit. If you feel like you a winner, you gonna do winner shit. What are you doing to, like, stop adding fuel to your own hellfire by dealing with people that's no good for you, by keep putting yourself in the same situations that you constantly tell yourself that you're not gonna be in no more. You don't know how many times I sat in jail and I said, yo, I'm never coming back to this bitch, and then a month or so later I was right back in this bitch. You don't think I had to sit and ask myself, how the fuck do I keep finding myself in this situation? Besides a couple times where I got arrested for no damn reason, like, on my soul, like, on my bro, I got arrested when I wasn't doing shit at all. Like, that's a whole nother story, but so many words. I was in drug court and I had an ankle monitor on, and they were saying that I was drinking or tampering with it. Whole time I was never doing nothing, and I still went to jail for that shit, and that shit fucked me up, like, for a minute, to where I still to this day, if I get accused for some shit I'm not doing, if a female accuse me of some shit, I might black out on you, because I don't like that shit. I went to jail for no fucking reason, but I made it through that shit. And I'm here today to tell you that, yo, if you want to get through it, you could get through it. You just gotta want to get through it. And you gotta start, it all starts within. It don't take nobody else nobody else gonna hold your hand through it. So it starts with you. Once you make your mind like, yo, I'm tired of the same cycle. I started a clothing line, or wanted to start a clothing line, a couple years ago too, when I was on the run, matter of fact. And I came up with a clothing line. It was BTC, Break the Cycle. And the meaning of Break the Cycle was, yo, I keep finding myself in these same situations. And it's like you got to picture your mind on a Ferris wheel or something, and you have to stop your Ferris wheel so you can get the fuck off your cycle, because if you don't, you're gonna keep going round and round and round, and this could happen until you die. Like, I'm telling you, like, people be on this cycle until they die. And if you don't want to be like that, you gotta tell yourself, yo, I'm on the Ferris wheel, I'm on the fucking roundabout. I gotta get off this bitch. It's like, yo, picture you driving and you know the little traffic circles that you in. Just picture keep driving around the same shit. And you know how they got where you could turn off and you could go this way or go that way. But just picture yourself driving around the same fucking circle over and over and over. And you start to lose your mind, like, God damn, I keep seeing the same shit happen in my life over and over and over again. Time after time, just the same grass, the same trees, the same everything. At some point in that, while you're driving, you gotta make that, like, yo, I keep seeing this shit. And then you gotta make the change, or to make the thought, yo, I need to get off at this street. The moment you could have that mindset shift, and you, like, instead of going around that circle and you finally go around halfway around that circle and you get off at that first exit, boom, you start to see a change in your life. And you start to see new shit. You start to see new trees. You start to see new buildings. You start to see all types of new shit once you get from around that roundabout. But some of y'all so locked in the roundabout, half of y'all locked in that shit because of the sympathy and the pity that you get it from it. The victim, you're a victim, and the more sad stories and sob stories that you got, the more people pity you and shower you with man, it's gonna be okay, man. You know it's not gonna be okay, and I'm telling you, it's not gonna be okay if you don't get your ass off that roundabout. Get the fuck up off the roundabout, and that's when you start being okay. And nobody else could do that but you. Lock in with yourself, man. Stop bullshitting. Stop doing the same shit. You gotta get from out of hell. Get to your base point. To your zero is where you when you make your mindset, or you make your mind like, okay, I need to get from off this circle, and boom, okay, and I'm about to take this road. When you take that road and you start seeing new shit, and you got to remember not to go back that route that you just came from, because it's easy to get sucked back into it, and that's why people relapse. That's why people, you feel me, go through what they go through over and over again. Even females in abusive relationships, they always find themselves back at that roundabout, and you know the answer. It's not gonna change if you don't get the fuck from over there. So once you start seeing the new buildings and new trees and stuff, it's easy to get scared and like, oh, I'm not used to this. I'm comfortable in that circle. I'm comfortable going in that circle. Nah, you got to get uncomfortable. And that's why they say you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what I believe that means, is that you got to get comfortable with seeing the new shit. You got to be comfortable with making new mistakes. You got to be comfortable with meeting new people, allowing people to come into your life and help navigate you. Stop going back to your old patterns. Stop going back to the same street. Stop going back and doing the same shit. If you want your life to elevate, you got to do different shit. And that's something I had to learn. If I want my life to elevate, I got to stop hanging around people that don't want shit for their lives. Like, I got to get out of those circles. I got to start being around people that's doing more. I got to do more. I got to get my own, fuck what everybody else doing. I got to create some shit for myself. Shroom World. I make music. I cook. I did all of that on my own. I didn't have nobody tell me or put a battery in my back. All of the what you see is what I came out of my mind from trial and error and going through shit. I started Harry Eats when I quit one of my jobs because of the managers. He was being a dickhead. On my second day, I went in the second day, manager being a dickhead to me for no reason. I left. I left at break time, never came back. I said, fuck this shit, I'm about to start cooking. I posted a few pictures, people was fucking with it, my bro was fucking with it heavy. He the one that put the battery in my back, like, yo, keep fucking cooking. And to this day, I still cook. And I named my business after him because of that, because that was his very last, an hour before he died, me and him was talking. And that was his last words to me was, yo, bro, keep cooking. And that shit still fuck with me, but you feel me? It is what it is. And I use his death as fuel to keep going to level my life up. And it's been working honestly great because it's not over yet. He died young. He died, I don't even think bro was 21, 22 yet. He died super young. Didn't get the, and that's what I mean. Like, yo, this life shit happened like this. So while you over there bullshitting and thinking you got time, yo, you could die tonight. You could not wake up tomorrow. Y'all forget that we on limited time. We on borrowed time right now. So We not all making it to 60. We not all making it to 70. I could die tomorrow. I think about this stuff constantly. So I'm not fearful of it. Like when it's my time, it's my time. I don't think I fear death. And half of that is from doing mushrooms. I'll talk about my mushrooms trips in another video or whatever. But yeah, I don't fear death no more. When it's my time, it's my time. And I'm putting these videos out, so I'm leaving something behind for when it's my time to go. At least my kids can watch these videos that has some type of guidance. And this is what I mean. You got to find some type of purpose for when you go. You got to leave. Some of y'all not about to leave y'all kids shit. Some of y'all about to die, and y'all kids about to be just as lost as you is. So somebody gotta be the one to do it. The kids might be too young to even grasp what the fuck going on, man. You gotta leave a blueprint, some type of blueprint behind for them, because they gonna be lost in this, and the world just gonna keep going too, because the world don't give a fuck. The world is not stopping for nobody. So y'all gotta remember that, man. Like, I be really getting on these videos. I'm almost 30 minutes in. Like, I could literally talk all night, but I gotta make these videos not too long, because I know people attention spans ain't that long or whatever. But for the ones that make it to the end of my videos, like, I really appreciate y'all. And I hope that if you're going through something, I really hope that you make it through that shit, because I'm telling you from somebody that wanted to unalive myself multiple times, to the point where it was like, not even just intentionally. Well, it was one time I did attempt to, but I couldn't go through with it. But after, it was still times where I'm like, I'm driving crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm not even trying to die, but if I die, fuck it. Like, I'm just living reckless. I'm not caring about shit. And I got 2 kids at this time. I'm like, yo, that shit not cool. I'm locked up in prison, and my kids coming to visit me, and every time they leave, that shit hurt my soul bad. And it's like, yo, that shit ain't cool. Why the fuck my kids gotta see me in green, all green jumpsuits and shit? And I'm living horrible. I'm smelling horrible. Like, that shit ain't cool. To all of you young niggas that ain't never been to prison, y'all, some of y'all niggas need to go to prison, man. And I know prison for some of you young niggas is just a joke to y'all, because don't shit happen to y'all. And then y'all get out like everything's sweet. Y'all do the same shit and end up right back in that motherfucker. Y'all playing with y'all time, man. Fuck everybody else's time. You playing with your time. One day it's gonna all be over. The fuck? What's that? God damn, that shit was loud as hell. I don't know if y'all heard that shit. I might have to crop that shit out this video. That shit just scared the fuck out of me. Sound like a fucking bomb just went off. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this video up though. So for everybody that's rocking with me, man, I really hope y'all can find y'all peace. I really hope that whatever you're going through, I hope you get through it. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Your life is never gonna change until you start making changes. Don't expect your life to change if you're not making no changes. When you wake up and you do the same shit, don't expect new results at the end of the day. Once you start doing new shit, once you get from out your loop and you consciously get out that loop, that's when your life will start to change, and you'll start to see the results that you think you should be getting. Give yourself some time and patience to see those results, and I promise you, you'll go from hell, you get to your baseline, and then once you get to where it's like, oh damn, this shit is getting better, you slowly start to elevate to heaven, and then you get to your happiness and you all good. You start building more, you start thinking more positive, you start being around more positive people. Money will start to flow in like you never expected it. Like, things will just start happening, and then at the end of all of that, you will sit back and you'd be like, damn, the universe was waiting on me. Like, I'm not waiting on the world was waiting on me to get my shit together, to raise my vibrations and shit. Like, the world waiting on me to put these videos out. The world not about to put the shit out for me. So you feel me? Like, I'm gonna leave this video at that. I know I could go all night talking about this stuff, but I got more videos dropping coming soon. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Like I said, I'm doing 2 jobs right now on top of all my side hustles and stuff like that. But YouTube, man, I fuck with it, and I really appreciate it. And I hope y'all gonna see my channel grow more and more. I'm gonna keep dropping videos. My whole point of the channel is to get y'all to open y'all minds up and get y'all to help y'all navigate this fucked up world. And the world not even fucked up. I don't even think like that, for real. But a lot of people is fucked up in this world, and it make it seem like the world fucked up. So I hope y'all, whatever you're going through, you get through it. And I'm gonna see y'all next video, man. It's your boy Spiritual Trip. I'm out. Love y'all.